Cool. Why don't we do a recap of what happened last game? The last two games were called You Spin Me Right Round and Slumber Party. The party enters the Vivified Labyrinth, a horrible rotating dungeon filled with symbol traps. Pharisee gets separated from the party and finds the cloud giantess Gia Gigantes leading a pod of dreamers. Slumber Party, the party faces the remaining denizens of the Vivified Labyrinth and the Arcota Manor. Pharisee makes a deal with the Rakshasa named Vimanda. Lord Bahor flees to the court of the reigning sovereign queen Iliosa. Once the dust has settled, the party joins the pod of dreamers led by Gia Gigantes, but not before Pharisee lays curses upon the sleeping cloud giantess. Max was asking, how much time did you guys allow to pass before you hooked yourselves up to the Dream Lotus and entered the dreaming? Was it rushed and minutes, or did you take some time to prep before going in?
I think we just rushed in once we saw she was starting to go brain dead, right?
I was thinking minutes because she's flailing a bit, and because Bahor has gone to get help.
Yep.
And might come back.
Got it. Bukerbeck is going to spend some time using a wand to heal himself, and it looks like Bukerbeck, the Pixel Leshy, the Crawling Claw, and two damaged stone giant zombies have been left behind in the waking world, if you will, while the rest of you have attached Dream Lotus blossoms and vines to your heads, eyes, or ears. One by one, the party begins to fall asleep as Pharisee casts or invokes a sleep hex on the party, and they willingly snap into a deep and dreamful sleep. Pharisee does so on herself by the graces of autumn and falls from this conscious world to another. I'm going to save this campaign and load the dream realm.
Here we go. New and improved.
Just a question on the transition from the current world into the dream realm. Mm-hmm. We still maintain our preparation lists and everything like that the same way?
Yep. Everything that you've cast today has already been cast. Everything that you have in the tank is still already there. Your int becomes your strength. Your wisdom becomes your dex. And your charisma becomes your con in the dream world.
I believe. Yep.
Yep. I've updated that on the spreadsheet.
Yeah,
so
you put in
round +1.
Awesome. Thank you.
One by one, some of you begin to manifest in a starry-filled sky with a particularly dense set of clouds. Let's see. Dreamtime Zephyros lands gently from the light onto a big fluffy blue cloud. You begin to realize that you are in the dreaming realm as you are trying to figure out, trying to get yourself oriented.
Do I feel any change in how my overland flight behaves? Because I've never had overland flight in a dream realm before.
So you start pondering the spell that you cast upon your body, and you know that. Well, give me a spellcraft while the others are manifesting. Pharisee, you were the last to join, so we'll put you off to the side for a moment. Professor, are you ceding the dream realm to Sinclair, or are you manifesting as the professor?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. I think fuck that guy. Pardon my French. The professor's going in as himself.
Okay. The professor appears as the young scholar Henry. It was a innocent time where the professor learned much and established his love for learning and books.
Hello there, Zephyros. What a place.
You can see Zephyros kind of like land on a cloud, and he's leaving little cloud footprints, even though he's flying. What did you get for your spellcraft check?
Nat 1 with a total of 22.
You're uncertain whether the spells that you had running are still running on you right now, and you're panicking a little bit, and your feet actually land into the cloud, and you're leaving these giant footprints like the clouds were made out of marshmallow. The young scholar Henry is just got an aura like a bunch of books, some of your favorite tomes, kind of floating around you in a halo. The problem in the dream realm is it's really hard to read. You know what the books are, you know what they should say. You've already read them, but your mind kind of went back to a bunch of your favorite tomes. What is one that others might notice? Which one book is golden amongst all of the others?
What is the book?
These are books that the professor has read that he really enjoys. They're his companions. You're a book nerd, right? So
yeah, for sure. Can it be the book where I teach myself how to become a god?
yes. So
How to win followers and influence minions.
Yeah, exactly.
There's this golden book that floats by amongst all the others, Zephyros, and you do catch wind of the gist of the book.
I think Zephyros is a little taken aback by that. He's unsure where he is, and he looks at his companion, who is trying to transcend with his book, and is a little annoyed by it.
Okay. The next to appear.
Look at this place.
Yes, if I can only get my feet to stay under me.
The next to appear in the cloudy realm. Who else was in here?
Should be Thurgus.
Thurgus, Artha, and Pharisee. Okay.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
Artha actually. There's a bird made out of stone that just goes crashing through the clouds, kind of leaving a little bit of a poof in the clouds, and it disappeared. And then, you could hear Artha screeching. And then a few moments later, Artha's now dropping again, but a different place in the clouds.
I believe that fellow's in trouble.
Yes, we're all in trouble here.
But,
Best figure it out and get on with it.
Thurgus must have arrived because a bunch of the clouds moved, and there's this bloody trail that leads off into a cloud that is slowly turning redder and redder.
Oh. Have we been graced with the blood bear's presence?
Dreamtime Pharisee arrives, and because she can see through mists, she's buried and cloaked inside of a darker cloud that is almost pregnant with the oncoming autumn rains. You are joined
Have
by
we all made it?
You are joined by Hex and Happy, which are two manifestations of like your fayness.
Hello, you two.
Hello.
Happy smiles at you, and Hex grimaces. You can hear the professor's voice is grating and small, but there's this like booming timbre behind it. Like his voice just cuts through the clouds. You can hear Zephyros fretting about spells. And the three of you unite, and there is a clear path of red cloud that leads to a particularly red cloud off to the side. And then you've got this Arthasoon who seems to be, we'll just call this Thurgus's dream.
Why do I think that's the last place he wants to be?
And Arthasoon just keeps on plummeting through the clouds.
I will see if he comes close by. I will try and catch him one of the times.
All right, so give me an attack roll with your new strength to see if you can catch Arthasoon as he's falling.
All right, this would be a melee attack. I think I'm at plus 17 going by the chart now. 32?
Nice. So the professor reaches out, and you kind of grab him by the back of his head, and he appears to be a solid stone wingless bird.
Who are you?
Very funny. Thanks for catching me.
Oh, your voice sounds different here. Strange.
Do I know you?
Oh, sorry, I think I have the wrong person. Have a good day. I'll let him go.
I can't fly!
You can. Just think you can.
All right, so Artha disappears, and next time he appears and kind of comes vaulting through, Pharisee is going to try to convince him that he can fly. Give me a charisma check, Pharisee.
Absolutely. Charisma check. Yeah.
We'll say it's DC 20. Otherwise, he's going to spend the time in the dreaming, perhaps flying or falling.
It's just a dream. You can do whatever you like.
Where am I Arthasoon seems
not
to be
trained
trapped
as we were.
Arthasoon seems to be trapped in a falling dream.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At least he's here. He keeps on reappearing in these clouds.
Where did that fellow come from again? He kept hanging around with Thurgus or something. Anyway.
Arthasoon. The owl. I brought him.
Oh, yes. Helped us out in a pinch. Barroom mercenary last minute.
Yes.
Well, he survived.
Maybe we should see what's in the blood and bring our bear along.
Oh, yes. A
And
capital
find
idea.
those artists before this whole thing collapses on us.
Oh, yes.
Pharisee, you notice that Thurgus left a really obvious trail in the clouds. That there are a couple of other trails in the clouds that have been slowly closing, and you see these really well because you have Merc sight and are able to see through mists. There are a couple of other tendrils that lead in other directions that might be the rest of the pod of dreamers. This is definitely a collective dream that the group is having. Maybe some of the ones that have wandered off have gone into slipped into their own personal dreams.
I think there are paths to other dreams. I can see them through the clouds, a few of them.
Oh, any giant paths?
Hard to say. They're fading. They've been here some time.
Oh, shall we follow them? We should probably get Thurgus out of his dream.
Yes, let's bring him along.
Okay. The Dreamtime adventurers start heading through the bloody clouds that lead to a particularly bloody path. Let's go to Thurgus and the Forest Clearing for a moment. I'm not going to force you guys there. So Thurgus, you hooked yourself up to this plant, and you're sitting in a warm forest glade This place is the Beastlands, not far from home, maybe. During the summertime, it's actually quite peaceful. A swaying breeze, some insects. You look down at your hands, your paws, and there's something really weird about your form.
What are you talking about? You always look like that to me.
You have your armor and your weapons, but
What the fuck is this?
your familiar was dismissed because it was kind of quasi-destroyed or defeated in the Vivified Labyrinth, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you asked the question, expecting an answer from your familiar, and you don't hear anything.
I'm like all fuzzy and stuff, and my voice is all high. The fuck is this? The fuck is this?
So you get up and wander around. Yeah, everything's a little stiff, and you're not very mighty. You can
I feel
move.
like I'm waddling all the place.
You can. Sorry. You can move pretty quickly.
Struggling
Though.
to chew at this point.
You can move pretty quickly, though. Oh, there's a boom in the sky. There was a flash, and day turns to night, and night turns to day, and there's something big and bright and red in the sky.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Um,
Can I try and climb a tree?
yeah, you climb a tree. You find a tree and you climb a tree. And good thing you did, because in an instant, that red flash thing is coming directly towards this peaceful little glade and is crashing into the glade. Give me a perception check.
$46.
You saw what was in the middle of this comet that cracked the sky and crashed into the glade. You saw a javelin or a spear.
Do I recognize it as the artifact that one of the tribes was protecting? As like
Yes. Give me a
clan
knowledge.
bloodline?
Give me a knowledge religion and add 4.
What? 17.
You think you are dreaming of the event that led to the creation of your race.
I'm gonna climb down this tree because I want to see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, when the thing hit, though, the forest changed. As the entire forest turned blood red, like the trees themselves drank of the blood that came on the spear.
It's all blood, right? It's not like on fire or anything.
No,
like
it's
that.
all-
There's
it's
damage
all
from the
blood.
Meteor.
It's all blood. You still see the thing impacted the earth and was really, really like destructive, but it seemed to just in your dream change everything into a bloody, weird color. There are other creatures that are approaching, almost as you wander down into the tree to look for the spear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I innately, whatever my role is in this dream, my thought is I have to protect the spear. Whatever's going towards it, I don't want it to take it.
Yeah, you're looking around on the ground and you're like, the thing just crashed. It should be here. And you're like, where is it? Like you're panicking a little bit. as some folks are starting to appear at the edge of your dream. It's almost like you get the sense that you're being watched. And the people that are watching is a massive elephant, a small boy with books floating around him, and a trio of floating masks.
Boy, did you see my javelin?
I will look up from the book I am trying to read but can't because it's a dream. I will see Thurgus from across the way and I will exclaim, "Oh, a teddy bear!" And I will run up and I will give him the biggest hug childlike Professor Henry can against his will.
Okay.
When he wants it.
Thurgus.
Thurgus, you're not very touchy-feely, but this little boy is insanely strong. What is your strength right now, Professor?
It's just my int, right? So it should be, so let me scroll back up. 32 strength?
Okay, and Thurgus's strength right now is
8.
8? Okay, so the little boy picks you up and swings you around with great glee and gives you a big hug.
Oh my God, what are you doing?
He's boy handling you. That's what he's doing. He's boy handling you.
Oh, look at the little weapons. Oh, he's so cute.
Oh. No, I haven't seen a spear, though.
Don't
Is there a
patronize
spear
me.
here? Happy Hex?
Spear?
Happy Hex and Happy and Hex start looking around.
Yeah, it just crashed.
Oh, is it important? We have some trails to follow, I will say, as just kind of pet the teddy bear.
Well, I don't fucking know. I'm in a dream. Maybe nothing's important. Maybe everything's important.
Everything is important. You know this.
Oh, well, you're soft now. If I throw you up really high, maybe you can see where it's gone.
I don't think that's a great idea.
Here we go!
Please no.
Okay. As I can to see if he can see where the spear is gone.
All right, so the professor, with his great strength, throws Dreamtime Thurgus impossibly high into the sky. You go above the trees. You can see this star-filled sky with this really big crack. It's almost like there's a crack against this against the firmament, and there's like blood or red fire coming out of the crack. You're not sure. The crack might be slowly sealing itself. And Thurgus looks down, and with his crazy perception check, you actually see into the earth, and there are 3 impressions in the grass. One that is long and thin, one that's kind of lumpy, and then one that's short and pointy. And they're at 3 different spots in the grass.
Okay. I'll take a mental note of those and then maybe try and like sketch a map or something. When I get back down to Earth, or back down to...
You're doing that sort of cartoon, sort of like you're hovering there for a moment, and you're like, there they are! And then you begin falling back down to the ground. Thurgus is falling to the ground. Is anyone doing anything?
I'll catch him. Oh, come on, little guy!
Okay, so the professor, with his great strength, don't roll a 1. You catch Thurgus and save him from taking mental falling damage.
4.
4? Okay, so he managed to jump up and grab you at the last moment. There is a rustle in the trees as something else was coming this way, Thurgus. For a brief moment when you were falling, you saw a group of creatures that are kind of like you, but they definitely have an edge to them. They looked like teddy bears, but when they opened, they were worshiping or all admiring a particular bear that looked like this.
Oh shit.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what can I be like that?
It doesn't look like that thing was actually here. It looked like a bunch of these teddy bears were around it, all like congratulating it and wanting to be like, and you overheard a name. And his name is simply Carnage.
Sorry, what was that?
Carnage.
Carnage.
And Thurgus knows that Carnage is the son of one of the chieftains of another tribe of your folk, the Ursinals, that is known to be quite aggressive.
All right.
What your tribe and theirs has in common, as many of the tribes of your race do and want, is to guard the fragments of the spear or to find them. There is a belief amongst the Ursinal that if you could reforge that spear, that you would be fulfilling a destiny, that you would be uniting your race, that you would reveal the purpose that the Blood Grandfather intended for your group to be. There are others that would simply want to possess the spear for the power that it might grant. And your tribe does not trust Carnage's tribe. For those that follow in Carnage's footsteps, their dreams are bloody and vicious.
Those are awesome bears.
And I see like a glimpse of these bears as I'm coming, like falling back down.
Yeah, these bears were like admiring Carnage. They want to be like him. And when you started falling back down, they pointed up at you and they're starting to head towards the clearing.
Oh, all right, Professor. We got a problem. We got a lot of really bad bears that are coming our way, and I'm pretty sure they follow a tribe of mine that's not good. It's going to be pretty bad.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right, little guy. We won't let anything happen to you. Come on, stand back here. Where are these mean-looking bears?
I'm not exactly a big fan of being patronized.
Oh, you're not? Oh, it's too bad. Well, here you go.
Oh, don't worry, Thurgus. We'll be out of the dream sometime soon.
Yes, oh, you suddenly don't like being the weak one and bossed about as if you're an imbecilic fool. Oh, wow, that's a shocker. Real shocker. Hey, hey!
Hey, what's going on over here? I don't know. This looks like where the spear fell. Yes, it's where the spear fell. Hey, that's one of us. He's not one of us. Or maybe he needs some encouragement. Hey, you!
What?
Are you one of us? Are you a follower of Carnage?
Carnage is a bit of an asshole, if I do say so myself.
Asshole, eh? Carnage will get the spear and bathe the pearls in blood. Yes, and we will be part of his tribe, his pack.
You all sound like a bunch of shitty little followers. And then I hide behind the professor.
Well, now, play nice. You've only just met. We have not seen the spear. Have you seen the spear?
Give us the bear, and you can leave, boy.
Oh, are you talking to me? How about counteroffer? You go find me the spear, and then I will leave and leave you alone.
The
Come on.
spear belongs to Thurgus.
Thurgus.
We are here with him.
Yes, that's right.
You're
And he told me
Thurgus.
to...
Wait, I know a Thurgus.
What is Thurgus's father's name?
Thurgus's father. Hold on a second. I had this written down. His father was Theodore Bloodclaw.
Thurgus is the son of Theodore Bloodclaw.
Theodore's short. Teddy is short.
They are a nothing tribe. They will fall to us.
Well, that's not very nice to say to someone you just met. I would appreciate it if you would mind your tongue. Thurgus is a very good friend of mine and a fierce warrior.
Come now, give us the
Yeah,
beer.
that's right.
He is a weakling. We will show him his true face.
What happens if I try and draw my greatsword?
Okay, so it's a sword. It's two-handed. It's a little
Plastic.
cartoony, but it's there.
I want to try and make a ranged attack with my greatsword to see if it's still the blood sickle.
Okay,
And I want to launch a plastic greatsword at one of the bears.
sure. You draw the sword, and they're looking at you, and they're all chattering about what part of your fur they're going to remove to make you bleed. And you launch your greatsword at one of these ghoulish-looking.
It's a dex roll. So, in theory, I could do some damage. Does a 38? Yeah, does a 38 hit?
Yeah, your plastic greatsword goes flying right into one of these bears. It does damage.
Does it threaten a critical?
Sure.
And what size is it?
Medium.
Oh, damn, son!
Standard critical damage. Oh, I got it.
So it would be slashing, right?
Oh, okay. You rolled. Okay, that's fine. Standard critical damage plus bleed, which is funny.
That is funny.
Nice.
That's kind of like you put into the heal for that.
What size is it? Is it a size large greatsword, or is it like?
It's a size medium greatsword.
Okay, so we'll say.
Well,
four,
no.
so-
Does your race have powerful build?
Yeah.
It's a large greatsword then.
Okay, so it's my normal greatsword. So
It's
then
a
this
comically
is six.
large plastic sword, like you would get at cosplay.
Yeah, 28 damage.
Nice. That badly injures that. We'll call them Blood Horror Bear, number 3.
My static is 4 because of weapon training.
And it bloodies the bear, and then it gains the bleeding condition. And I'm going to roll initiative.
I told you, he's a great warrior. How about you fiends?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, the Blood Horror Bears have +3 on their initiative. And they might summon the belief in carnage. No one's going to push Thurgus around.
I like how for the first time ever I roll really well, and it's when I have 4 static.
Oh no, it looks like you guys won initiative. Oh, no, wait. No, the initiatives are horrible. Oh, Darion's not there.
We gotta change our decks on here.
It's been done.
Okay, nice.
Ah, nice.
Actually, Darion might overhear it. Thurgus, you were the first to act. We'll call that the surprise round. You drawing your blade and hawking it. Does anyone else have the ability to automatically act in the surprise round? I forget.
No.
Okay. Thurgus, you're the first to act in the first round of combat. This bear is like, "Ah!" The other ones are like touching the blood that's coming out of it, and it just has too many liters of blood in a creature of that size. It's just they're very, very bloody.
I'm gonna attempt
Like anime kind of blood spray.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt, because this is the dream realm and I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm gonna attempt to activate Bane against Ugly Bloody Bear.
Okay, do you have any Banes left for the day?
I do. I have 7 rounds of Bane left.
Okay, when the sword reappears in your hand, I guess that's how it works, right?
It actually it shards off. So I swing it,
all right,
and then
so-
like an echo of it.
So
like, slides
the
out.
massive cartoony plasticky sword just begins to glow with like a blinking light, like somebody turned on an LED light on the sword. And you have Bane active.
Sweet.
You
And then
have the power.
I'm gonna make 2 more ranged attack rolls with my.
Wham! Wham! Okay, 2 blinky light sword effects go striking towards the blood horror bears.
Does a 26 hit?
Yeah, these things are very slow to move out of the way.
Okay,
Isn't
and
that
then
20?
I'm assuming a nat 20 hits. So
another potential crit.
does it, and a 27 confirms,
A
right?
27 confirms against these horrible
It's your
creatures.
dream, Thurgus. Your dream.
It says additional. It says standard additional effect major condition 1 round.
Okay. So standard crit. Are you attacking the same one that's bloody, or are you attacking different ones?
I was just attacking the same one that was bloody.
Okay.
So the first one is 6 plus 2d6 for Bane. 23 points of damage on the first swing.
Okay, that causes the creature to just basically explode, and you feel its presence leave your dream.
Okay, then the next one would be on the one to the left of it.
A torrent of blood and fur everywhere. But
Plus, what would this be? So it's a standard crit, right? So it doubles that. I have Bane. So this is 12, but Bane does not double. So regular 2d6. 36 points of damage on the one on the left.
okay, this thing is very injured as well, as the sword goes clean through. You have this sight right through the horrible stuffing of the bear, where then it just begins to pour blood like somebody turned on a faucet.
That's right. This is my fucking house. That's it for me.
Carnage!
The 4 of them spend their full round action dancing around in a circle, yelling carnage. At the end of their turn, you can hear something trumping through the trees, and there is a bit of an outline as they are summoning the belief in carnage.
Oh, you guys, this is bad.
All shall bleed.
Who asked you to come here? Go on, get out!
Darion. Yeah. How to describe this? You know that Neolandro saved you from a horrible event. Neolandris. Calipopoulos is his name. It's very rolls off the tongue. You know that you've been hitching a ride? That he's been hiding you? And then something happened to him where you felt like every once in a while you would get this sense that you were riding around inside of a pig. And then something really weird happened. You're pretty sure you went to sleep, and then you woke up, and there was this horrible lady made out of storm clouds asking questions and rifling through your memories one by one. You spent time running from her and running into things that you encountered in the past, and you've been at it for what feels like days. You heard some other people arrive, and then all of a sudden the storm clouds went away, as in they stopped being a very powerful shaped kind of womanly figure that was tormenting all of you. And you know that others are there. You know Neolandus was there. You know a guy who likes sword fighting who you think might be Neolandus' friend, Vencarlo. You know that there's a guy that spends most of his time just screaming.
Okay.
He's screaming at everything. You're allowed, and there's been storms raging, and you know that there's some dream down below where there are actual creatures in the dream. Like some of them can actually harm you.
Okay.
And you don't know why you look and feel like a turtle, but you're a turtle. And some people arrived. Like, you were just able to wander off yourself, and then some people arrived, and you now find yourself in this bloody-filled forest. You're trying to get through the trees. Every single leaf that touches you is drenching you in blood. And you had just finished fighting off the most horrible teddy bear that you could ever imagine that jumped out of the tree at you, and you basically cut it down. And you are now moving into the clearing to see what is transpiring here. Allow me to grab Dreamtime Darian II.
Oh.
He suffers from similar problems to Thurgus.
Yes, he does. It will not be a star-studded debut. Let's put it this way.
Just do what I did and roll a bunch of crits. It's fine.
Forest clearing red. There's Dreamtime Darian.
Nice.
All right.
There is a turtle man upright that is wandering into the clearing, covered in blood. He's got tufts of fur kind of stuck to him. It looks like he's done battle, as he will wield a greatsword as well, right?
Yeah.
A normal-sized greatsword. It's wielding a buckler, and there's something weird about the turtle's shell. Like, it's got inscriptions on it, and like an emblem. If anyone cares, let's see. Pharisee hasn't acted yet. Yeah, you could probably do some knowledge checks to figure out what the emblem is. What do you say when you come into this clearing with horrible teddy bears and giant a giant fant and floating things and a little boy? There's a little kid. There's a little kid in the middle up front.
He does kind of like a full body turn towards the bears.
Yep.
The full body turn towards the newcomers.
Yep.
So, fellas want a hand with those things? Because they're pretty nasty.
Oh, hello there.
Sure.
I won't say no.
There's
one thing
one
first.
for each of us.
Okay, so the turtle has raised a hand and is beginning to try to detect evil.
I think I've got a ring that will block him.
Okay.
Immune to magical alignment detection. Immune to detect thoughts, discern lies, and magical alignment detection. Because, specifically, I'm pretty sure I will read as evil.
Do I detect no evil then?
Yeah, and this is the immune ring of mind shielding. Immune to detect thoughts, discern lies, magical alignment detection. There is no stink of evil upon this group of fellows.
And we're good! All right!
Smooth over that one.
You could also make a knowledge religion check on your turn, because that might be concerning what he just did. Was that a move action or a standard?
Standard.
Standard? Okay. Arthasoon isn't in this combat because he's having a falling dream, which may turn out to be useful later if you want to explore beyond the clouds. Thurgus, Belief in Carnage, Darian II, Blood Horror Bears, Professor. What are you doing?
This is your last chance, fiends! Back, I say, or I will have at you!
The spear is ours!
Oh, have at him. I want to see this.
The spear is ours, and so is Thurgus. Blood Claw! We'll show you, Blood Claws.
So I have some questions. I haven't played a martial character who did melee in quite some time. I think I'm going to start off by quick drawing the Rod of Lost Voices, my +1 light mace.
Okay.
I got news for you. Just because you got a strange weapon doesn't make you
you quick draw this rod. It's just like, oh wow! It just appears in your hand, and it's like you do it a couple of times. You're like, that's neat.
And I think I want to try and charge and overrun these guys so I can go right at Carnage.
Okay, so you're going to attempt an overrun.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is a CMB check versus their CMD.
I applaud.
That is strong. I think that's fun.
Their CMD is only 17, so
I like
I've got the professor at +17 CMB.
32.
Yeah.
okay. One of them is going to claw at you as you enter their space, because they do get AOs, as you're not used to doing this, right? Actually, they're gonna choose to scramble out of your way. So you successfully overrun, and they scramble out of your way, and you end up charging Belief in Carnage.
Where am I at on action economy?
A charge is really a full round action. I'm just going to let you do the overrun. That's fine. So you get an attack on Belief in Carnage.
Yes. I will do that. I will attack. Okay. Sorry, I'm a little out of my element here.
No, that's fine. You charge right through them. You succeeded. You don't have feats that allow you to automatically cause them to fall down. They just moved out of the way.
You said it functions as a light mace, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't add. I got a 19, but I didn't add. I think the +1 from the mace. I believe I get a +1 since it is a +1 mace.
Yep.
So 37.
You strike and do damage to the Belief in Carnage. He has no DR. He just has hit points.
Okay. I am not sure what my damage would be with a +1 light mace.
So
it
it's
looks like
1d6 +1 plus your strength, and I don't know if Bardsong's running. You guys had minute per level spells running, so Good Hope, if it was on you, would
Good Hope's down.
Good Hope's down.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, so 1d6 +1 plus 11. It sounds like
Yep.
18.
You actually embed the mace into the Belief in Carnage's leg, and you score a wound. He roars out in anger. He's bleeding backwards, though. The blood that is coming off the trees is going into his wound. That was the professor's go. Pharisee?
I'm going to take a look at Blood Horror Bear number 1 and say, I know you're dreaming, but it's time to sleep. And I'm going to exit.
Interesting. Okay, what's the will save?
The will save is 23.
These things have surprisingly good will saves.
Oh, nice. Good for them.
19 is not good enough. You cause the thing to go to sleep within its sleep, which I'm going to say causes it to leave the this shared dream and go back to its own individual, deeper dreams.
Okay. Okay.
And it just basically gets swallowed up by the ground and disappears.
Isn't that better? Oh, and then I will take a look at the turtle with powers and see if I can discern what gives him those powers from the writing on his shell.
Okay, so you can look at the writing on your shell. Give me a knowledge, nobility, royalty, or a knowledge, local, Grand Station.
I'll do the knowledge local station. 26.
The emblem on his shell means that he is a Patreon guard, part of the elite force of guards that guards the Patreon's sovereigns, the king and queen, basically. He is the rank of major, and is also a minor gentry in that he's a sir.
Ah, Major Sir. We're friends with what's the commander that we talked to? Was she Patreon guard?
She was the commander of the Guard of Grand Station.
Ah.
Lucinda Croft.
The difference between a police/military force and then like the King's Guard, basically.
Do you know someone named Esri?
She's the Bastani guest of the castle that the queen tried to frame the death of her husband. She escaped, and the queen went nuts, and you're pretty sure she captured a look-alike Bastani and had that one executed instead.
Yes, I know her. Not guilty, by the way.
Ah, then yes, you fight the bears with us.
As you were then.
We're going to be friends.
All right, you don't have any other actions, Pharisee?
Now,
Sephiroth.
welcome to the blood dream.
Slow and steady, you assess all the badness that is going on in this place.
Zephyros is concerned that we're fighting the wrong battle, so he's mumbling around like we're getting distracted, we're going to take damage. He's all business, and this is distraction from his standpoint. So he's a bit concerned.
Okay, so each of the concerns forms in a little bubble that floats into the battlefield and pops, and actually, like in cartoony letters that you can read, it gives you the gist of the concern.
Oh.
So so he ends up lowballing his first action because he doesn't want to expend any energy here, and he ends up casting an evocation flare in front of Belief in Carnage, trying to see what happens, because he doesn't even know if he's. I don't know if Zephyros has ever cast a spell in the Dream Realm, so I'm not even sure if he knows what's going to happen.
Okay, so you cast the spell. Flare is a cantrip, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
I want to say Zephyros had Mocronom hold Fireball for him, and he cast like an infinite number of fireballs the last time he was in a Dream Realm.
Did Mocronom cast an infinite number of fireballs?
No, Mocronom could keep spells for keeping.
Oh, got it.
And so you gave him like Fireball, and then it let you cast Fireball at will or something crazy like that.
Yeah,
all right,
that's
so
the game I wasn't here. So.
Flare works. The Belief in Carnage, he's bothered by it, but he makes his saving throw. He gets, does he? Give me a second. Gets a 24 on his fort save. I'm assuming your cantrip doesn't have DC 24.
No, it has DC 20, so...
That's still pretty good. All right, he's not dazzled, but your spell worked. With this realization, your feet leave the ground as your overland flight kicks in.
Oh, I'm back.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of bloody and soggy here, so it's nice to not walk through this blood-filled forest. Thurgus, we're back around to the top of the round. You sitting in the back rank behind your wizards, chucking swords at the enemy.
Yeah, it's working great. I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm actually gonna use. How many of these do I have left? I have 3. I'm gonna spend an action to give my weapon. I'm gonna use Warrior Spirit.
Okay.
So it's gonna enhance my weapon. I'm actually not gonna put any special properties. I just want the static.
Okay. So the plastic sword glows with a mighty LED light of a different color.
And then I'm gonna swing it again and try and launch another sword at the one on the left, Poor Bear 2.
Okay, you're just launching your swords.
Yep, that's all I'm doing. Does 28 hit?
Yeah, with Thurgus, with his action grip, is able to launch the sword from his hand into one of the blood bears. Which one?
The one that I hit last turn, which I believe is number 2, the one on the left.
Yep. Yeah, he was joining in. He was acting injured and then joining into the summoning circle. So you strike him.
And I'm going to use another round of Bane since I have it up already, maintaining it to free. And it is 3d6 plus 10 plus 2d6 for 26 points of damage.
Okay, that causes the bear to rip apart and kind of explode like a balloon of blood.
Yeah, that's right. I'm like the greatest bear ever. And that's it.
Let's boy. Belief in Carnage looks down at the young scholarly Henry.
Havat, you fiend!
The time of humans is done. Time to drink your blood. He may have taken Bloodbear in a different direction than Thurgus did. He is going to try to claw at Professor and bite.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my AC right now.
Your wisdom is your dex.
According to the chart, it's 18. That seems still kind of low, but maybe.
You didn't get much dex. It's pretty much about the same as it was.
Yeah, that's probably true, yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
You're not wearing a ton of armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major.
I have +4 just armor in general, +2 ring, and a +1 necklace.
The mirror image?
Minutes per level are down, I think. Good luck.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get beat up here. I think it's 18.
Okay, the thing impossibly fast goes. There's just clothing flying off the little boy in shreds, and you're just covered like barely together threads, and blood begins to pour out, and then he leans down and just licks the blood off of you. You take 25 points of damage from all of that.
You think that is tough? Just wait till I get my hands on you!
You need to make a fortitude save to keep yourself from going paralyzed with fear.
Oh my goodness.
What was it? 26 damage? Sorry.
25 damage, and there are, because he hit you 3 times. Oh no, it's only once.
All right, my fort save should be +11 if the holy chart holds up. What's the DC?
22.
And do I have any kind of points left? I have a hero point.
Fortune points and hero points. Matt has 1 fortune. Luke has a hero. Neil has a fortune. I've got a fortune. Mark's got a fortune. There's one.
It's just fear. You'll be fine.
All right. I just really want to be a hero against this bear. I never
I'm
get to be
describing it
strong.
as fear, but it's actually a paralysis effect if you have anything that stops paralysis.
I don't have anything like that. I don't think I have anything against fear.
It's just paralysis. You'll be fine.
Would a fortune point help?
What is a hero? If I use my hero point right now,
You could gain a +8 to your roll. You could save your hero point and after the fact gain +4, or you could re-roll entirely.
What about a fortune point? Would that
A
be
fortune
enough?
point gives you a +2. You can use it retro.
So how about I just give him my fortune point?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of strict about
Oh, that's right.
fortune
Yes.
points for you because
Yeah,
they
that's
were
right.
bestowed by the stream to specific people.
I really want to fool around on this guy. I'm going to use my hero point. I want to be a hero. The professor's never strong. He's up front. He's tanking. He's getting the shit kicked out of him. But I'm going to smash this guy with my
hero
fist.
points are to be a hero. Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
I wanna
All
be
right, so
here.
the professor grows really big and really strong. He's still kind of this weird-looking boy, though. Give me your fort save.
38. 19 on the die.
Nice. You aren't paralyzed, and the belief in carnage cocks his head off to the side, like not sure what you truly are. Darion.
Darion points his sword at Belief in Carnage. Why don't you try picking on someone your own size? And
Like
he
that
casts-
elephant over there.
And he casts Righteous Might.
Ooh.
Ooh.
By the power of Halcyon, I demand you surrender. And he is going to target it with a smite.
We'll drink lion's blood too, turtle.
He kind of go when he points out that he's a turtle. He's like,
Okay, so it's definitely a smiteable foe, and it is evil. It's not undead, not a dragon.
gotcha.
Is that it?
That's 3 actions.
Okay. Bloodbearer horrors. Bears. The horror bears. Okay. One of them is going to step in for a flank. One of them is going to charge Pharisee. And the other one doesn't like the look of the guy with the glowing sword. Charges Dreamtime Darion. All right. So first, young scholarly Henry, you are getting attacked by this small bear that tries to jump on your back.
Mm-hmm.
It only has a +7, +9 with the flank. AC 14.
Haha, miss.
Hold still. We drink human blood. We drink human blood.
Quite you.
The bear that charged Pharisee.
AC 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Confirms the
That'll
crit.
crit.
Standard crit damage. Okay, so he
Excellent.
launches himself onto the mask and it's chewing. It hurts. It hurts.
What the hell, man? Thurgus, what are these things?
You take
I
12.
don't know. You're the ones who've been sleeping before, never been here.
12 damage, and I need you to give me a Fortitude save DC 17 or become paralyzed.
All right. I got a +12 fort save, so I'm just going to roll that sucker. It's a nat 1. I am paralyzed.
Okay. Pharisee isn't moving very much, and Hex and Happy, Happy actually turns upside down. And they're sort of fading away right now. Okay.
Splinters!
And then the last bear charges Dreamtime Darian, which I think you get an AOO for as it's running in.
Yep, and we'll take that AOO. I don't get my Christmas bonus on it. It's only gets
It only gets the target, yeah.
It does have a mischance on me.
Oh, okay. What do you? What's giving you that? Your cloak?
Just rarely comes up. It's
Your cloak saved you if it's 20%.
not the Mantle of Autumn. It is what is that thing? The Gossamer Cloak acts as a lesser cloak of displacement, which is 20%.
I rolled 12%.
Nice.
So the Gossamer Cloak is actually stuffed in its mouth right now, and instead of biting you, it's biting it. And I'll give you the damage back, and you are not
Thank you.
paralyzed.
Yeah.
okay. Is there a Bard Song Club?
There is no.
There isn't. That is sad. All right. AC 21.
Yeah, you strike this horrible bear creature.
I actually have a strength.
As your big wooden sword smacks it.
It still does.
It does large damage because you are large.
But yeah, I was going to say it's still sword damage.
Yep.
17 points of damage.
Okay, that injured it, did not bloody it, and did not stop its charge. AC 24?
Nope.
Okay. It tries to eat your turtle shell.
Where the turtles bleed!
It asks you.
I don't know. I'm not a real turtle.
Professor, wow, you're brave, bud. You're very, very brave. You're being very heroic right now.
I will, in this guy's maw here, I will look at him and I'll say, well, I'd love to trade witticisms with you all day. You're very stupid and I'm very busy. So I will swift action, turn invisibility field on.
Okay.
And then I will move action, go around to the back of him. And then I think an attack is one action, right?
Yep.
So invisibility field, move attack, and I will stay invisible because it functions as greater invisibility.
Nice. You get a +2 to hit.
Sweet. So that is 1d20 plus, I think it was 11 plus 1 plus 2. Uh, 27.
Yeah, you strike him in the back of the knee this time.
Oh, what was the damage? Is 1d6 plus 11 plus 1. What was this? Sorry. I'm not used to this mace. What was that? Sorry, guys. 1d6 plus 1 plus 11. Yep. 14.
14 damage.
Yes.
The belief in carnage is injured. One of his legs is really badly injured and reverse bleeding, as in the blood from this place is flowing into him. Pharisee.
Tiny annoying thing. This is not your dream. Sleep elsewhere. I'm gonna sleep the one right in front of me. Blood bear number 5.
It melds from this world.
And then I will start Bard Song.
It disappears into a different slumber somewhere. All right, what type of bard song?
Pipes.
Okay, both Happy and Hex are playing pipes.
Excellent.
Happy is singing the full notes, and Hex is piping the half notes. What do you call it? The
Quarters?
the flats,
Flats.
the sharps and the flats.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The more discordant notes coming from Hex. Zephyrus.
Zephyrus is still preoccupied by what was happening the previous round. He is in awe of having been able to see his thoughts go out in little bubbles that anybody could read or that he could see.
Okay.
And he's looking at his feet, and he's perplexed that the moment he saw his spell working, and he realized that his spell was working, he raised up out of the ground. So he's perplexed as to what changed his reality. He is a little bit, he is all up in his mind trying to figure out, what does this mean in this world? So he's at this point, I think, too preoccupied to even cast a spell. He's not, he's just absolutely
give me a knowledge planes check.
Okay, let me just check what my knowledge planes is. I haven't cast that one in a long time. All right. 19.
You're thinking that parts of this place might be malleable to your thoughts.
Okay. Okay.
Not all of it, because yeah, you're still, some of it is.
So do I get a sense, does he get a sense of things he can do to try and discover and figure out what is malleable and what is not?
Well, you're not too sure how long you're going to be in the dream realm. Long-term study is probably not a thing. Short-term experimentation is definitely your best chance.
Okay. So okay, I think this is probably as much thinking as he can do in 6 seconds and figuring out, right?
Sure.
Okay, so let's park it until the next turn for what he thinks of next.
All right, Thurgus.
Thurgus can't help himself. He's going to spend his last judgment and activate protection and is it destruction? Yeah, he's going to do protection and destruction. And then, so that's one action because it's a swift.
Plastic sword! Blinking LEDs!
And I don't think I can't charge, right? Or can I move through this face? Is that a thing?
You can move through Pharisai's because she's just 3 floating masks.
Okay, but does she block a charge lane?
Nope.
Okay, then I'm just gonna charge to right. Yeah, I'm just gonna charge to right here because I feel bad for the professor.
This one?
I don't. No. I'm believing carnage.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just gonna charge him.
Are you gonna take an AOO from Horror Bloodbear?
Yeah, 100%. I'm gonna provoke.
Okay.
Yeah. Come here, Thurgus.
I have
AC
a lot of
18.
confidence in my
AC
karate.
18?
Yeah, no, not a chance.
the little the stuffed Thurgus goes jumping through the air and does a weird flip and lands in front of Carnage. He's gonna try to backhand you.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
He's a bit quicker, a bit clawier. It's an AC 31.
Misses. I deflect it with my plastic sword. Yeah. You got nothing on me.
All right, so you get a charge bonus and a flank bonus with the young scholarly Henry.
Can I flank even if I can't? Oh, I actually have seen this, so it wouldn't matter anyways. Okay. All right. So 1d20 plus. Let's see here. 22 plus flank bonus plus charge bonus. I think that's where we're at. 38 to hit.
Yeah, you stick your plastic sword impossibly deep into the creature's flesh.
Does he count as the weird, scary, bloody bear thing that I tried to bane before, or does that only work against the little bears? Okay.
No, he's the same thing, just bigger and worse.
35 points of damage. I'm so proud of myself.
Wow,
It's pretty good, yeah.
60.
I'm burning like so many
damage.
things.
You pull out the sword, and the blood just starts going into the bleeding carnage.
You don't believe in the blood bear, right? You're doing the wrong thing.
I will consume him.
You got nothing on him, mate.
I will become him.
While he's saying that, these two other blood bears are whispering almost like perhaps what they've heard the real Carnage saying before. Belief in Carnage really doesn't like Thurgus. It completely ignores the thing it can't see. It's going to try to tear the little bear apart.
Come here and bleed for me.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in and helping.
AC 27, 28, and 30. He just slashes at the ground and trees, which bleed lots, and they flow into him.
Ding, 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 ding.
Darion.
He does a lot of these movements where he like snaps forward. Like,
Okay.
ding, 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 ding.
Darion looks at the little. Looking at the map where the big screen. Darion looks at the little guy in front of him and says, "All right, little fella, you follow me. Fight's going to be this way." Takes the arrow.
Show me where you bleed.
AC 20?
No.
Okay. All right.
Gets to there. 20 plus card song plus flank.
What are you?
Oh wait, I gotta spend. Oh, I'm the guy who's sending you away. Or maybe the little bear. C32.
That hits. Make sure to add your smite damage. The glowing wooden sword, which is about the same size as the plastic sword that little Thurgus is wielding, stabs in, and it causes Belief in Carnage great amount of pain.
24 points of damage.
Nice. 80, 91. Yeah, he's more than bloodied at this point.
Second attack.
He's beginning to, his body is beginning to puff up, like the blood is filling him up. He's becoming really puffy, almost in a cartoonish way.
I suspect this will end. Sorry.
Oh, you just moved, so your second attack?
Yeah. 7, 11. AC 24.
Is including flank with the professor?
Yes.
AC 25.
Oof. But I think I don't need these.
Okay. The Blood Horror Bears. They step, and they're going to attack twice. What's your AC, Thurgus?
Right now, with charging penalties, 35.
Okay, so they need to roll 20s. And then what's your AC, Darion the second?
Right now, because I moved, it is AC 36.
They also need to roll 20s. All right, so these things are scratching at the back of your cartoonish but still effective armor. Darion's armor is simply the massive shell that he is wearing on his back. Rune covered and adorned with heraldry devices. Professor Pharisees Zephyros. So, Professor.
I will maintain the invisibility field.
Okay.
And I will briefly spare a thought of imagining that this is the most powerful mace in the world in my hand. It's gonna smash through my enemies, and I will commence my forward.
Okay.
And that
Bard
is
Song's +3, right?
+2.
+2?
so +2 for being invisible, +2 for Bard Song, +1 for the mace, +1 for flank.
2 for flank.
2 for flank, +11 for my strength. 27.
Okay, that hits. You might as well roll your second attack. It's at a
Yeah.
-5. So what's that?
Okay.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So this one's at +13.
15 misses.
That's a miss. And then the next one's at a +8.
It's at a miss again.
And misses. Okay, so you hit on the first swing, but it moves its leg out of the way, and you end up just swiping a bunch of times.
Yep, 1d6 +1 for the mace. Is there any damage bonus for Bard Song? I don't think
Yep,
so.
+2.
+2, +11. I don't think anything else.
Nope.
18.
18 is a significant amount of damage. The thing is yelps in pain, and is almost like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man full of blood.
So close. So close. I was hoping
Fair-
I got to be a hero and bring him down, guys.
Pharisee.
Let's finish off these little ones that manifested the big ones, Zephyros. What do you think?
Zephyros is unfortunately not paying attention to you at all. He is completely engrossed in what the hell is going on in his perception at this point.
You, little bear, go back to your own dream. Sleep. I'll get better
fun
number
here.
6.
Which one are you attacking? The one that's attacking Thurgus?
The one that's attacking Thurgus.
Okay.
It's fun here. This is our race quest.
No, it's not. This is ours.
The thing falls asleep and disappears.
Good night.
Stop that.
And I will linger the bard song.
Zephyros.
Zephyros is standing there looking at his staff of fiery evocation, and he has his spell book in his hand, and he's thinking of the spell that he's already cast today. Nothing too sinister. He's thinking of a dimension. No, is it? The dimension door. But it's like there's multiple threads going off in his mind at this point. Like he's not quite sure what's going on. But he's standing there looking at both of these things and just thinking of the spell, not doing anything in particular.
Okay. There's this bloody battle trend happening in front of you. Zephyros waits.
I mean, that's literally all that's happening at this point, is he's just looking at his staff.
Yep. So you look at your staff, and your staff appears in your hand. You're like, okay. That was kind of an action. As part of an action, you took out your staff in your book. You're like, these things are here. You can feel the power of the staff when you're thinking about it.
So Zephyros, if he has a little bit of extra time, he will open the book and go look at the page for the prepared spell for Dimension Door.
Okay.
He's not
you
sure
start-
why he's thinking of that particular spell, but
Your trunk goes up and starts moving the pages really quick, and you're having a hard time reading the magic in the book. It's very blurry. It's glowing as you'd expect, but very blurry. It's hard to see letters.
Zephyros sort of tries to see. He can't remember how to cast the spell because he doesn't have it memorized.
Yep.
But he tries to recall to see if he knows how.
Okay. Can you recall spells with your magus points?
Yes, but this is not a major spell. This is a wizard
Oh,
spell.
okay. All right. So you're pretty sure you've arrived at the conclusion that the spell book is just hard to read here for whatever reason. Maybe you're moving around too much. Maybe you need a quieter place. In combat's probably not the right place to do spell memorization anyways, because it takes about an hour to do. And you can feel the staff's power. If the staff has powers in it, you feel that those are accessible. Thurgus, top around 4.
All right, it's time for you to go now. I'm gonna use a destructive smite. I've got 3 left. I'm gonna maintain Bane, so that's 1 more of those as well. And I'm gonna free action spend a round of rage, so I'm down to 2 left. This is the that like plays a sound effect, like, but it comes from those really shitty speakers.
Yep. the eyes just glow red a little bit.
yeah, and he's got little LEDs in his eyes that go bzzz, and they get really scary. Okay, and then I'm gonna destructive smite. Does it work? It doesn't work on those messages? Damn. Okay. I tried to cheat and get a little bit extra luck there. Yeah, boy! Alright. I'm going to roll to confirm, and we know a 29 confirms.
Yes.
So this is crit. This is slashing, so standard, additional, and he's fatigued. So get tired, bro. Go to sleep. 66 plus...
He was raging, not now.
36. 36 plus 2d6. 64 points of damage from the action pick of Thurgus.
The giant balloon of blood that is the belief in carnage just explodes. It rips open and it goes back together and rips open again.
That's right. Wrong.
Blood flowing everywhere, and the thing very soon is indistinguishable from the rest of the forest.
Thurgus is fatigued.
This little...
No! No! You ruined it! You ruined the best dream ever!
No, I think this dream is pretty great. Actually, I have a move left, so I'll base him. I'll go around, and I'll provoke just to piss him off.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to flank with the...
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. He already took his AOA, I believe.
Okay, I'm taunting.
When Darion...
He doesn't have combat reflexes. We learned a thing.
Yep.
No!
And then he looks down at the ground. He's just splashing the blood. Darion.
Darion will give him a whack.
Okay.
Or a bunch. AC 15.
Oh, do you including flank?
Including flank.
AC 15 is not very high there.
Yeah, I have a strength of 10.
AC 18 jumps out of your way.
Oh, sorry. That should be AC 25.
Okay.
I was gonna say that paladin levels usually full bad, right?
Yeah, you kind of like, oh, this guy. You look at your sword a little bit, and then
plus 7. It's 23 damage.
There you go.
23.
Yeah.
Stop that!
All right. Still going.
Yep.
AC 21.
Also a hit. No, I think it goes away.
And 16 damage.
You beat it into the ground where it kind of absorbs by this, gets absorbed by this bloody forest, and then there's a rustle in the trees, a kind of a clean breeze, as the blood is slowly fading from this stream, and the group of you end up just back in this nice forest clearing.
Well, to be honest, I kind of like the aesthetics of the other place.
Is your spear still here?
Oh, when I got thrown up in the air, I got a glimpse of a couple of places, which I'm thinking maybe is the fragments. And then I'm gonna try and like sketch out a map in the dirt of where I think those would be, and based on the landmarks that I saw.
Where's the little fella at?
Sir, do you have a name to share with us? I'm Pharisee.
Sir Darion Montague II. Pleasure to meet you.
The second, of course. A pleasure to meet you too. Anyone that knows Ezra's innocent is a friend, I think, of ours. And a danger to Her Majesty.
He kind of gets like a cross look when you mention Steve.
Hey, I didn't give it a name.
Oh, I have questions. I guess starting with your names.
And I've got a kung fu grip.
Yes, and I've got.
And to be fair, this is probably the first time that Zephyrus has paid any attention to what's happening around him. And he doesn't say anything, he just looks at him and thinks to himself, is that a turtle?
The telepathic bond probably still works.
And Zephyrus is looking around to see if he can see those thoughts floating.
I'll telepathic bond to Thurgus, or to Zephyrus.
there are bubbles that are coming out of their heads and flying into each other's heads very quickly with the telepathic.
He's a turtle here, but out there he's part of the royal guard.
In the telepathic bond, Zephyrus says, yes, but I changed reality by believing something earlier. You don't understand. I believed that my spells weren't working and I was sinking, and when I saw my spell working, I raised out of the ground.
Well, whoever he is, I believe we have errands to run. Something about a trail fading.
Yes, you are not listening, man. You are not listening.
The young boy is very educated, and you get the sense is very smart.
Okay, bookworm, hang on. You look like you're hurt there. We'll go with the cure moderate thing.
Okay, the big turtle thing touches the emblem of the lion on his front plate, and there's glowing energy that makes.
Cure serious. How much damage?
25 damage.
Yeah, we'll do my.
Thurgus, you're pretty sure if you come to this clearing again, you'd be able to find the 3 items.
Sir Darion? Professor Henry Sinclair Chalmers III.
Yes,
Emeritus.
at your service. As the heal goes off, I will look down at my clothes that are bloody and torn and imagine them being fully repaired and nicely pressed.
Okay, yeah, they slowly start reknitting.
Well, I guess nothing in this place is as it seems.
What sort of questions you got?
Professor, Pharisee, and Elephant Man. These are the rebels the Queen had mentioned. Or wait, that Neolandus had mentioned rose up from the slough burrow to stand against the Queen. They've been basically guerrilla fighting some of the Queen's efforts, according to Neolandus.
Are you the ones Neolandus is telling me you're fighting the Queen?
Who's asking?
I just told you. Sir Darion Montague II.
I'm pretty sure it said his name was Darion.
Darion? I don't know any Darians, and I don't engage in guerrilla warfare, so I'm a scholar. And at present, a boy.
I engage in blood-based bear warfare.
It's
And I
autumn
have
in the
never
city.
felt better.
And it should be a long autumn. The Queen wants to hasten winter.
Would that be
So
Bear
I'm
Fair? Bear Fair doesn't sound right.
Fair Bear?
Bear Fair. Not guerrilla, warfare. Bear warfare? Bear warfare? I'm confused.
Yes, we're fighting the daughter of the Archfey.
Fellows, can we focus, please?
Oh, right. What do you want to focus on?
Getting out of here.
You can see the path where they came through. It's like they just kind of... The forest path wasn't there before. And you can see a floating golden helmet at the end of the path floating in some clouds.
Oh, yes,
Wait, don't we want to collect all the pieces of the javelin first?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, we should complete the full set.
Is there one along the way? How long will it take?
Well, there's one that way, and there's one that way, and there's one that way. I don't know how long it's going to take, and I've been here before.
Come now, it's a dream. It shouldn't take no time at all. I will turn in the direction of one of the things, and I will say, you may have to help me with Thurgus. This is your dream. And I will concentrate on trying to, push the trees and then shrink the ground so that the path is shorter for me to walk.
Zephyrus is watching this in awe.
Yeah, so you begin to part the trees. It looks like your will is able to part the trees, but as the trees part, clouds simply start to fill in the space, and his efforts are actually pushing this dream into... perhaps there's not enough people dreaming this dream to share it any further. The dream fades, and the group of you is back upon the clouds.
Next time, we'll be in here again, Thurgus.
Sorry about that.
I think all of us have things to find in this realm. But together, the thing we need to find is this Neolandus.
Thurgus's dream, which was invaded and shared by other dreamers, has now faded. And you guys are back in this weird cloudy space. And there's a floating... there's a stone bird that's going...
Okay. He just looks at it.
It was trying to flap his hands like wings, and it wasn't quite working.
Is he a friend of yours?
Oh, no, he's a stone bird.
Yes,
Yeah, he looks like he'll be.
I think
Is
so.
that Arthur soon?
That's Arthur Soon, yes. He's
poor little boy.
having a different dream.
There's a golden helmet with angel wings. It's just floating.
Oh, I'm going to wear that. And I try and, will myself towards it.
Okay, so yeah, you can walk on these clouds. They're spongy, and you manage to go over to the clouds.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah, you grab the thing.
I put that shit on my head, instantly.
Do you know which way to the dreamers?
Thurgus finds his head kind of moving without his control, and the question, the Dreamtime helmet with wings actually points down one of the paths that you had seen before.
I suppose
That's one of the paths out of here.
Great, let's go this way.
Yes, that sounds like a plan.
I will try. Instead of walking, can I try and just will myself into flight, like if I was in, a lucid dream?
Did you have any fly spells running?
No, I think mine would have been down by then.
Okay, so you're just kind of gliding from cloud to cloud is basically what you have at this point in time.
Okay.
Just like the others, they're hopping. Dreamtime Zephyrus just is actually flying. Pharisee is more like hovering, but kind of like video game hovering over a spot. She still needs to kind of hop from cloud to cloud. Darion seems to be the slowest of the group. You leave the you leave the cloudy area, and you actually see a doorway. And beyond the doorway, there's a place, and you can see a man in sort of a field of darkness. He's dressed in a weird uniform, and he has a very pointy sword in his hand, and he kind of raises it up and then starts to attack foes that you cannot see.
Who do you suppose that is?
Probably Vencarlo.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Blackjack himself.
So we can't see anything. So there's nothing, because I've seen visibility up, or at least I did before I went to sleep.
Yeah, you see that there are things, shapeless forms in the darkness, and he's ready for them.
Vencarlo, we were sent to meet with you, but you were gone.
He points his sword. He points his sword in your direction, Pharisee.
You recognize us, perhaps?
You're not the one.
Which one?
The one that will best me. The one that will replace me. The one that will champion the people. You are not the one.
We didn't bring him. You'll have to wake up with us.
He must be here somewhere. It is imperative that I pass it on. And then some swordsman comes rushing out of the darkness, and he begins fighting the swordsman.
I yell at him. I say, "I'm the one. I'm the one." I've got a kung fu grip.
We're friends of Ludo, though.
Ludo. You know Ludo?
Yes.
He like basically gives the tip of his sword to somebody, like he's honoring someone that you can't quite see, then puts his blade away. It takes off his mask, and it's yet another mask that is the same.
Uh-huh.
Zephyrus pictures Ludo in his mind.
Okay. So there's an image of Ludo that begins to appear. Give me an int check, or a charisma check, or a wisdom check. One your highest, basically.
My int is +8. I will correct that later as per instructions. 16.
Okay.
I'm not rolling great. Maybe it's a good thing Zephyrus was just focusing on other stuff.
You get a basic image of Ludo that appears.
Ah, Ludo. Good to see you, old friend.
Ludo's just standing there. He's not very active.
Be careful, Vencarlo. There are two of them. One's the shadow mirror version. That's the one that has our things.
Zephyrus just sort of imagines Ludo walking around and doing Ludo-y things. Like, I don't know what a Ludo-y thing would be, but, you know, he liked picking locks.
Alchemy stuff?
Yeah, he liked, you know, being all, he was a small guy, so being all sneaky and peeking around corners and picking locks and, you know, messing with his alchemy stuff, that sort of thing.
I could have swore I created a token for a more updated Ludo. Did we create an image for him?
I remember something like that.
Oh, Dream Ludo?
Yeah, there was a different Ludo at one point.
Well, you're not dreaming, or you're not picturing Dream Ludo, though. You're picturing regular Ludo, right?
I'm picturing Ludo probably the way he's picturing him probably the way he remembers him.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know if we created a Dreamtime Ludo.
And we had and at one stage we were scrying or Ludo or something, and I remember us seeing Ludo spar with somebody. That was Vencarlo, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Zephyrus is sort of imagining that sparring Ludo. He's maybe transitioning him. Maybe the image transition to that sparring Ludo. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, so you begin to see Ludo without his helmet, and he's actually sparring.
Yeah, the way he was when he was sparring with Vencarlo.
That is the one, but he is not whole.
Zephyrus doesn't say anything, sorry.
Oh,
We need
Drat,
to
I wanted to
escape
be the
this
one.
place to help him. Why don't you come along with us?
I have seen his other half. You can see
Burn your
Ludo's
place down.
You see Ludo's image shifts. His hair is slicked back. He's wearing darker clothes. He has this, as opposed to mischievous look, more of a devious look across his face. Dangling from, actually no, one of, for lack of better term, evil Ludo. One of his pouches is glowing blue with the aura, the same color blue as the key.
Yes, that's the one.
I have seen him. He tried to get close to Ludo.
What, not getting close to himself?
I don't think he had good intent.
He's gonna kill himself? That's kind of dark.
There can be only one.
Perhaps that Ludo is incomplete as well.
Yes, something is wrong with them. We can help them if we can just find them.
Yes.
What, we're gonna like smush them together or something?
I am not sure, but I can't pass on the mantle until that is resolved.
And come along with us.
He cannot become.
Let's find.
And then he's.
No.
You can actually hear him whispering, "Don't say. Don't say." Yep, don't say. Pharisee's already said it, but he seems to be trying to guard a secret that his mind might be open to in this realm. Dreamtime Neolandus flaps off of Thurgus's head and lands on Dreamtime Darian II's head.
Oh, wait, what happened to my helmet?
And turns your head.
Okay.
You can wake up, Darian. Or you can go there. And he's making you look down, and you can see this horrible lightning storm. Mm-hmm. And as a cloud moves and changes a little bit, you can see the city of a Grand Station below. And at the heart of the city, there is the Citadel, where the event transpired, where everything went wrong for not only you, but for many other important people in Grand Station and the entire sovereignty itself. You're having a hard time remembering what happened there, but you know if you brave that storm and whatever else is crawling down below there, you get the feeling that there are worms, demons, things that are attracted to this stream. Does she sleep now? And if she sleeps, what horrible nightmares drives a person like the sovereign queen Iliosa the Pretender?
I have to go down there.
Down there? You mean with all the lightning and the writhing demons?
Did my helmet tell you that?
The helmet
It's Salvatore.
just flaps onto a cloud.
So many wrong.
Is Salvatore down there?
There's so many
That's
things
my
to
loot.
correct in that statement. I don't know where to begin.
Just my loot.
One of the trails did lead down from the
All right.
original trio of dreamers.
There's answers down there that I need.
Yes. I think that's the next place.
Answers to what? Is there like a specific question?
How this all started.
Oh, I got that answer. We went to sleep.
The king's assassination, you mean? Or the arrival of his wife as an agent of someone else?
Things are fuzzy. Things were done.
Or perhaps the global cataclysms of the pearls being destroyed. There's also that.
Yes. Perhaps they're trying to find a way out. Or trying to
Cataclysms of the Pearls?
finish
That's the
them
kind
off.
of talk that you heard your grandparents speak of in hushed tones when they thought no one was listening. Darion I and his old.
What are you talking about, Cataclysm of Pearl?
Oh, yes, unfortunately, pearls are getting snuffed out left and right. Not too many good ones left. Some you suffocate on, others driven to madness, I suppose. I'm not sure. Try not to be there when they die, you know. Do you have a way out of the pearls? We're looking for one. We've got about half of one, some trading key or something.
I don't. I have to go down there.
Yes, well, we've said that twice now. Answers
And
to
yet
all
we're not moving, so I'm going.
Okay.
Oh, I like this guy. Let's go.
The helmet lands on Thurgus's head and rides Thurgus down when Thurgus says, "Let's go."
Whee!
Can I
take
attempt-
out? Go ahead.
Can I attempt to jump on and grab Arthur as he passes by and ride him down into the abyss?
Yeah. Okay. So Ludo, when you stop concentrating on him, he disappears. It was just a poor facsimile or a memory of you seeing Ludo, and remarking about how little and maybe skilled they were. In general, was there an appreciation for Ludo Zephyros, or?
He was a friend.
Okay.
He was a friend. Zephyros is sort of still a little disappointed that Zephyros that Ludo isn't whole, and he would very much like to help him.
Okay. It started to rain over Ludo's image, and then Ludo went running for cover underneath a cloud, sort of disappeared. All right, so as Arthur plummets down through the clouds again, I think I'm getting the hang of it. And he goes plunging down. The young scholar Henry grabs on, and there's time for all of you to rush and grab on and make a giant snaky
Sure.
trail.
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
All right,
I'm
so
going to pull out a deck of cards as well.
sorry, what was that, Matt?
And I'm going to pull out a deck of cards, Zolara's Hero deck, and flip through it a little bit and say, maybe you can see through my eyes. I think we're going to learn some useful things down there about your son's captor in her plans.
Okay.
I'll grab on.
You feel Zalara's presence. She's aware that you are talking to her. You carry the deck in the waking realm, correct?
Yes.
All right. So Dreamtime Neolandus is is riding Thurgus's head. Pharisee, are you grabbing on?
Yes.
And Zephyros, you're grabbing on?
Yes.
Okay. Zephyros,
Off we go!
Dreamtime Pharisee, Happy, and Hex just simply kind of bite the back of Zephyros's robes, and the group of you goes plunging. Dreamtime Vencarlo will also follow. Although he seems to be not as there as you guys are. Let's go to a map called Storm Cloud Descending.
I'll be right back. It's smelling really smoky. I want to make sure there's no fires.
What?
I think it's fine, but like I want to make sure that it's not my house.
Yeah, you definitely do.
That seems fair.
Valid concern, yeah.
As it happens, Zephyros was thinking about smoke.
All right. Dreamtime Arthasoon breaks through whatever repetitive pattern that he was in and manages to plunge down through layers and layers of impenetrably dark storm cloud, and then areas that look like this. You just keep on dropping, like you're a weighted stone. Dreamtime Arthasoon says, "I'm flying." Well, really, he's plummeting, but
You're falling with style!
you can hear it. There are all sorts of creatures moving down there. Every once in a while, you catch a glimpse through the layers of clouds, and you can see a very stormy-looking, a very blackened and a very dour-looking Grand Station, just amid a lightning storm of lightning storms. For this place to be so active, there must be many people having similar nightmares. Some of you know the living nightmare now sits upon the throne of this place, whose evil has spread, whose dominating grip is tightening. Go ahead.
I'd say we found the storm giantess's dream.
She's very weak now, though.
It's maybe out of control. She's so weak.
I would say, I guess, over rushing wind as we fall.
Yeah, you guys are just like falling you formed like a spear, and you guys are like plummeting through layers and layers of clouds. You kind of have to hang on and stay next to each other unless you want to break up and fall separately. There are things that take offense to your, speedy and very lucid traveling towards secrets that you should not know.
I'll grab Arthasoon by like his arms, and I will point his head and try and use it as a way to like cut through the air and steer the chain of us.
There are 3 creatures with wings. Beautiful and terrible female creatures with great bat-like wings and blades of fire and energy. They screech like harpies as they descend from the clouds as they're plunging after you.
Cease your descent! Yes.
What are they?
You must obey. You must go back from whence you came. You don't belong here.
What do you guys say as you're all plunging through the storms?
Yeah, all right. Professor, can you cast haste on our little friend? And maybe we can fall faster.
Disobedient.
Pharisee, surely you must know the answer to their questions.
Their descent is dissension.
What are they?
Fall is prophetic. These ones are strong. They will die here and die in the awakening.
They did not seem to like your response of trying to let's go faster. And I'm going to add the 3 Furies to the initiative sheet.
Oh, man.
Keep in mind, if you let go with your one hand, or you might end up falling separate from the group. And that raging storm down below, the cries of many creatures that may not be human, are echoing from the direction you're falling. All right, Neolandus, I guess, can act. Vencarlo is sort of out of it. Salvatore is not here. Let's grab us some random numbers. I think one of you had yelled out, "What are they?" So on your turn, you should probably make a check. Wow, Thurgus' initiative. It's like, Thurgus always goes first. Thurgus, what are you doing? You're grabbing a hold of Dreamtime Darian. The helmet is on your head, and Zephyros with his trunk is grabbing your back.
That Inquisitor initiative is the best.
Yep.
I feel like I'm very tired. So what I'm going to do is, let's see here. 20-foot radius spread. Nah. I'm going to cast Prayer. And the only one of the enemies I can see, or that is in the radius, is the one at the top. The other 2, I think, are at 50 feet, so they won't get the negative effects.
That's fine. They all get into it. They're flapping towards you. They're trying to keep up with you as you guys are falling, and your prayer echoes out and affects the 3 Furies.
Yeah. So for those of you, sorry, we marked this third level spell down. For those of you guys who haven't had prayer before, it's a +1 luck bonus on attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saves, skill checks, and enemies taking -1 on all those things.
We have that on the chart, right? Or the mighty.
I think so. I really like prayer, so I think I put it on there. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me.
The
I just hold on with my
first
last action.
Fury dips in and is going to try to lasso Dreamtime Vencarlo. She hits with a AC 31 touch attack. And basically pulls him off of the dreaming. And he's kind of separated by a lasso that is hooked onto her belt. The next Fury demands that Pharisee...
I am going to Liberating Command.
Okay.
On Vencarlo.
That is a
immediate action.
Yep.
And it gives him a +20 bonus. He gains a competence bonus of +20 to an escape artist check.
Got it.
If he's bound, grappled, otherwise restrained, make an escape artist check to escape his immediate action. No effect on things like that you couldn't free yourself from with escape artist.
All right. you snap Vencarlo not only out of the bonds of this thing's Dreamtime rope, but you snap Vencarlo out of the dream realm itself, and you probably made him wake up as the vine that was in his head was also grappling him. And,
Fair enough.
And he is saved from whatever fate these things would have delivered upon him. You now know one of Vencarlo's secrets is that he has seen the evil Ludo who has the key.
Yes. Yes.
Something you may want to talk to Vencarlo about at another time.
Yeah, after we de-pig him.
This Fury sees what you have done, Dreamtime Pharisee, and she is going to cast a spell, the spell being called a suggestion, and she's going to suggest that you let go. The DC of the will save is 18.
30.
No. Such paltry spells do not work. Do not work on the Witch of Autumn. And she continues to plunge after all of you. The third Fury is going to try violence. And is going to stick a bunch of arrows into, I don't know, that big elephant thing. Looks scary. What's your AC, Zephyros?
Taking a look. I believe my mage armor is still running. I believe so. I have shield as well. I think. So that would be 20 if I include the mage armor, 24 if I include the shield.
Okay. One out of the 3 arrows that she fires while she's plunging after you does hit you, and it does hurt. Do you have any resistance against fire?
For some reason, I think I do, but I don't know why. I'm just checking my spell penetration. No, it doesn't look like it. I can choose to do a windy escape. You respond to a DR attack by briefly becoming vaporous and insubstantial, allowing the attack to pass harmlessly through you.
Yeah, if it's not magical, it will give you some DR.
Got it.
Is that what that is? It has to be a non-magical physical attack.
It also you are immune to poison, sneak attack, or critical hit effects. So you normally save this for when you're going to get crit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Are you doing it or not?
I can spell recall this a couple of times if I want. Actually, in this case, I'm not going to do it. In this case, I'm not going to do it. Zephyros is probably not paying attention.
The fiery arrow breaks Zephyros out of his kind of weird, dreamy contemplation. You are actually being injured. If you die here, it will be bad. 16 damage.
Okay, 16 damage.
For a brief moment as he woke up, Zephyros looked like this.
Whoa.
A giant Rakastan, but then returned to his giant elephant form.
Okay.
It was the 3 Furies. They're still plunging after your falling column. Professor.
I'll yell over my shoulder, "Where are we going, Turtle Man? Where are your answers?"
At the Citadel!
Do you see it down there? Concentrate hard!
No, you do not belong there. Do not go there.
So, I know the other dream collapsed around me because there's very few dreamers participating in it when I started to mess with things. I know that almost the whole city is dreaming this dream, this nightmare right now. I am going to focus all of my will into this and try and bend the dream around me and see what it happens. I'm going to try and like tunnel us down to the Citadel and like backdraft of wind blow these guys off of us. We become like a falling like meteor lawn dart flying through the sky. I'm gonna try it. I don't know.
Okay, so you're trying to affect the dreamscape. That's fine. There are 3 creatures that are trying to make this dreamscape just be endless falling through stormy clouds. They don't want you to get there. So you're gonna roll an opposed check with these three furies. And your opposed check will be a d20 plus your highest mental ability score modifier.
When I'm dreaming or not dreaming?
Your int always stays the same. So I'm going to give you a plus. Do you have 5 or more ranks in knowledge planes?
Knowledge plane? Yes, I have 5.
Yeah, you are technically on another plane right now, or at least your mental energies are flowing into a demi-plane. So I'm going to give you a +2 because you have 5 or more ranks, and then you gain your int bonus.
My int outside of the dream bonus or in the dream?
It should be the same.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so it should be +11.
These Araignée are, one of them is the leader. You're not too sure which one. The other 2 are aiding the check for the Furies. They get +5, so here are the 2 aids. One of them aids, one of them doesn't. So she's got a +7. She gets a 10.
I have a +13, so 31. This dream is mine!
All right, so you guys are plunging through the storm cloud descending, and you end up in the Grand Station nightmare. You're plunging towards this.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Grand Station nightmare.
Let me unfog and then gather your tokens a little bit. Force you guys there. Map, player visible.
Oh,
that's not good.
Your tokens got separated when I pasted, so I gotta drag you all together again. Okay, so you've broken through the storm, which is still raging above you. And you can see that's Grand Station, and there are dozens of devilish dragons flapping around, screeching throughout the city. At the heart of things is the Citadel, where, Darion, you know something happened to you, to your grandfather's sword, which upon receiving the rank of captain was given to you by your father. And then something happened to the head of the Patreon Guard, which you tried to stop. And the true face of the Queen was revealed.
Oh, shit.
You know, if you get to the Citadel, you may be able to see it happen again.
well, then that's what
These,
we're doing.
your companions may be able to see.
I'm going to try and steer Arthur soon, like some sort of control surface on an airplane, and try and angle our column to smash into.
All right, so you guys still have issues, but the professor this round has broken through one dream where the Araignés, the Furies, were trying to trap you, but the professor's mind is just too strong. And he also kind of gets it. Neolandus is going to... Anyone injured?
I don't think so.
Zephyrus got injured, and it looks like the professor's got a little bit of injury. So Neolandus actually reaches out with a feathery wing and is going to heal Zephyrus for 22 damage. Be brave. You hear his voice. Be strong. For what you are about to witness, very few have seen and lived to tell the tale. Why do I have blood horror bears? Those things are vanquished.
I kept one as a pet.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Zephyrus. These horrible ladies mean you harm.
Zephyrus is listening to what Neolandus has just said and is considering being strong for it. Does he get a sense whether Neolandus means mentally strong or physically strong?
It's hard to tell in this place. You now understand that being mentally strong is physically strong here.
Yes. And Zephyrus also recognizes that Vencarlo mentioned don't say, as if speaking out loud is a bad thing in this place.
Lots of people are sharing your reality right now.
But despite that, Zephyrus feels pretty good about himself. He likes the idea of being able to manipulate stuff around him. He doesn't think that he's going to cast anything against any of these Furies because he doesn't know what's coming at the bottom.
Okay.
So I think for the moment he is just going to delay and hope that nothing worse happens.
Let hope be your shield. Fair say.
All right, what are these flying things that are after us?
Yeah. Give me a knowledge planes.
You betcha. $45.
These are called Furies, or Arinye's devils. And if they're in the dream realm, it either means one of two things. One, the devil's dreams are so boring that they manifest exactly as what they are. Or they are physically here somehow.
Ah.
Perhaps
Because we are in some sort of demi-plane where they could be.
Perhaps there is a way, you find it fascinating, perhaps there's a way, and maybe another line of inquiry or research, there's a way to actually physically walk in the dream realm.
Ah.
You're thinking plane shifts, but that's not what you're asking about. What are these things?
Right.
These are like angelic warriors gone wrong. They are outsiders. They are devils. They are lawful in their bent. They can see perfectly in darkness. They can see through any paltry illusions or disguises that you may have. Like all devils, they're immune to fire and or most devils, they're immune to fire and poison, minorly resistant to spells. There's a curious thing with all the lightning going on here. These three should be very careful. That is one of the few elements that devils do not like. Aside from that, spellcasting abilities, they act as they enact vengeance and bloody justice. They are executioners. Moderately powerful devils that could be summoned by someone with the right spell.
All right. I'll say in the dreams, they're devils. Lightning affects them. They have some resistance to spells. They seem to be here physically. They shouldn't. I don't think they're dreamers. Hard to say though.
Whatever they are, keep them off us.
Are they flapping to catch up with us?
Yeah, they're just basically dive bombing, like tuck their wings behind them, and they're firing. They are taking one of their 3 actions to keep up with you guys.
Okay. Can I ready an action if they get within 30 feet to waves of fatigue them?
Yep. Darion.
I will do that.
Okay. And Zephyros delay, is it possible for him to just react based on the information that
Yes.
first they just passed? So Zephyros will cast spell recall lightning bolt.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Christopher.
How many actions is that?
I think it's a swift action, actually.
So you can actually cast the spell now if you want.
No, I do not want yet.
Okay. You could ready to cast the spell.
Maybe I can ready to cast the spell, and I would wait for them to be sort of in a line.
So for at least 2 of them to be in a line from you. Got it.
Yep.
Darion?
Halcyon protectors!
Oh, they howl at the word Halcyon.
And he casts communal protection from evil. Charm spells.
Okay, I'm going to say in the dream realm, because physics are weird and you're all touching, that it's good enough, and all of you are protected by the communal protection from evil.
You tried the thing I was going to try.
In this case, you can touch this.
Artha soon, I'm flying, but the ground is getting very close.
That's because you're failing.
There are things crawling around down there.
Citadel!
Aside from the creatures that seem to be celebrating the lightning storms or lording over the city, some of them are roosted upon the top of the citadel. You get the sense that these nightmarish creatures are all part of the dream. But then eating away at the edges of the dream, it looks like there are creatures that may have come from the infinitesimal dark that is out there, that is surrounding this manifestation. And they seem to be curious about what is going on. And the creatures that are in the dark, you only get glimpses of, and it is not good. They are not part of the combat, as perhaps they are much more curious about the communal nightmare that is what has become of Grand Station, or perhaps even what will become of Grand Station. Let me put some of the nightmares in the fringes, just for you to get a sense of what is out there in this nightmarish realm. There are aberrant nightmares that look like... Let me zoom in to where I'm... The aberrant nightmares that look like that. What about this nightmare monster? He looks pretty friendly.
What the hell is that?
And then there's this thing skittering back and forth. And then, oh, look over there.
He has a helmet.
Pharisee recognizes what could only be a demonic satyr. And then something really bad. It's really big, titanic in size. It just seems to be wandering around the fringes of the dream as if it's liking or absorbing or maybe leading a dream pod of its own.
Oh, what?
These creatures seem to be scuttling in and out of the safety of its very large hooves. Hooves that could crush small buildings beneath its grasp. This is what awaits you should you wander too far from the dream world into the darkened spaces.
Justice? No, I don't.
For those that received counsel from Papa Vladimir, he did speak of things out there. Things where, should you die, you would not, in the dream world, would not come back. But for now, you seem to be plunging at the heart of the nightmare that is Grand Station. And all of its lightning and all of its fury. Are those dragons or are those devils? Or are they both? That seem to be flapping around in the storms as if they are rejoicing in the darkness. Okay, where was I? Where were we?
Top of the round, I think.
What? Right, Arthur Soon is saying the ground is rapidly approaching.
Towards the Citadel!
Vencarlo is no longer in the dream. Thurgus, what you doing, man?
Seeing what Darion was able to do, I'm actually going to cast Communal Resist Energy for electricity.
Okay. Not a moment too soon, as one of the lightning strikes came dangerously close. Perhaps there's some asshole down there dreaming about lightning hitting things. Or it may be whatever dark is dreaming down there that is at the center of the Citadel. Could it be the Queen's dream?
Professor, do we got to worry about falling damage?
I would say at the last moment, try waving your hands about. That should slow you down. Maybe.
And then with my other hand, the one that's not holding on, I draw a potion of fly.
Okay.
Hang tightly to Zephyrus.
Zephyrus has overland flight.
There's
so
a
assuming
flash.
he's
There's a
strong.
flash of in the waking world. Thurgus is reaching down to where he's got his potion, and he's actually trying to drink it. Thurgus, the Three Furies. Okay, who's this guy? They're gonna spend a move to keep up, spend a move to kind of speed up a little bit, and now two of them are flapping within, like, spotting distance of the professor, who was clearly the person that helped break through that dream of theirs. This one is following the other one.
As they're flying by, can
Yep.
I hit them with the waves of fatigue?
You can hit them with the waves of fatigue, and there is an opening where you can hit two of them with a lightning bolt, Zephyros.
which I will take.
Okay. So from each of you, I need a single caster level check. This is to break spell resistance. So if you have spell penetration, greater spell penetration, make sure you add those. If you have
I do
things
have
that
spell
increase
penetration.
your caster level, make sure you add those.
28.
18,
28 breaks their SR.
Nice.
19.
Then, unless they are immune to the fatigued condition, they are fatigued.
Okay, all three of them are tired, which makes their saving throws, I think, worse.
28.
28
Woohoo,
breaks
same
their
thing.
SR. You blast a lightning bolt on two of them.
Which does, this is an evocation spell, 10d. Oh, hold on, this is not out of my wizard spell book. This is out of my.
This is
magic
fatigue, not
spell.
exhausted, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just minus
Fatigue
strength,
is
minus
just-
dex, and they can't
Yeah.
charge, or what was the other one? Charge
Can't
or
run or
something.
charge.
Run or charge.
That would be minus one to their save, though.
Reflex.
Yep.
Yeah.
35 damage from the
35
lightning
damage,
bolt.
okay, and the DC of your save?
28.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Oh, hold on. I rolled. I shouldn't have rolled. It's a 23, sorry. It's a 23.
Okay.
I shouldn't have rolled.
Yep. So the reflex saves get dropped plus 11. One makes it, one fails. Oh, no, prayer is another minus one.
Oh, got it.
So
Nice.
they both fail because of the
Yay,
prayer and the fatigue. So they both take how much damage?
35.
All right. You shock 2 of the Furies. So they double move to get into that position, and then they only have a single action left. This Fury is going to instead take a shot at Zephyrus again because that hurt bad.
As part of my ready action, can I do a swift or not?
You had delayed, and then you took 1 action, then you readied a 2-action spell for a specific condition, and that went off. So I don't think you've got any other actions right now.
Okay.
They are firing their -1 because of fatigue, -1 because of prayer. AC 25 on Zephyrus. I think
I
might
am
hit.
muted.
19 damage.
I think AC 20. Yeah, AC 25 would hit. I had a 24. I didn't get any bonuses for anything else, did I?
Okay. 19 damage from the fiery arrow, and then the 2 arrows on the professor, as they're trying to stop who they think is the leader of this group.
I think my AC's 18 right now.
-2, 1 for fatigue, and then 1 for prayer. AC 14 and AC 28.
28 will hit.
Um, 14 damage, 4 of which is fire. I'm not sure if you have any resist. Oh wait, is there communal
I
resist?
do have a bunch of resistance.
Resistance for electricity.
Like okay, all right.
No, but before we went to sleep, I had like on my character, I had like resist a few elements going from the battle.
Okay, is fire one of them?
Fire should be one of them. I can't see the token anymore because we're in like
because we're in the dream realm. That's fine. Just give yourself. So instead of 14, you take 10 damage.
Got it.
That's not enough to really stop you, and you're plummeting. Professor, you get a retort.
I am just gonna bend all of my will into guiding this javelin of people down at the Citadel. I'll yell back over my shoulder, "Turtle Man, which room in the Citadel?"
And I will tell him which room.
He says the throne room.
And I will just pour all of my concentration into the throne room and almost try and bore through it with my eyes and try and just guide this thing in as fast as possible. Try and pick up some speed against the laws of nature.
Okay.
It is a dream.
So you broke out of the storm. You're now in the nightmare of Grand Citadel, and they don't want you to leave this dream. So there is now another a struggle as you're trying to traverse that distance and get yourselves into the throne room.
And it was modifier plus. Do I get? I was getting like a +2 maybe from the planes, having 5 ranks in planes.
Yep.
It was just that, just 5 ranks in planes.
You have to beat 17. So 1d20 plus your int modifier +2.
Here we go. 17.
It's a tie. Interesting. You break through, but they get to come with you, and the fight spills over into the throne room.
Good enough.
So you go plunging into. I can't stop, says Arthasoon, but I want to swim through stone. You guys hit stone, and it's like you fell like off a 10-foot drop into a jello bath. Everything slows down for a moment, and I'm going to shift you from the Grand Citadel Nightmare into Citadel Throne Room, which is a shared experience between Neolandus and Darian.
Ooh, these guys saw it go down, is what has been implied, right?
Yep.
These guys there was this guard incident, and the queen's kind of mask slipped a little.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. That's weird. Darion, you could see yourself standing there with Neolandus. You guys are a little bit shocked as the Knight Commander of the Patreon Guard is has a crossbow.
Okay.
You remember Neolandus, like, you kind of half protested a little bit because he's now like loading the crossbow as the queen is guiding back and forth, kind of pacing in front of the throne. This place has a dour feeling to it. It's like there is no light, laughter, hope, agency. There's just an impending, crushing despair. You see that there are 4 old Patreon guards that had been marched in, had their knees kicked out behind them. It looks like they also have manacles, and she's giving some lecture about how the old guard has failed her, that simple criminals have evaded, have come and go inside the castle, that the defenses of the old guard and their bravery is like gnomish cheese. You have this really bad feeling that something is going to happen to the old Patreon Guard. These are like officers, your seniors, some of which have retired from things like guard duty, but still remain on as advisors or honored elders. Like, the Patreon Guard is not a thing that you retire from. Right. Until you can't anymore, you are a Patreon Guard. They'll find things for you to do. Yeah. But she seems to be like she's dragged all of these old Patreon Guard into the castle and is really just complaining at this point in time about the current state of things. You notice that the Knight Commander of the Patreon Guard is loading a restricted bolt. You're pretty sure it's called a death bolt, into a crossbow, a hand crossbow, behind his back while she's addressing the Knight Commander of the Patreon Guard. At this point, you kind of went like, no, this is wrong, and Neolandus actually like grabbed your hand for a moment. Your hand went instinctually down to a holy avenger. Your grandfather's blade that he brought from a different place to this place called the Ethereal Pearls. Its name is the Answerer because it answers those who would strike against a holy paladin and a true warrior of faith. It also has 3 gleaming gems in the pommel of the sword. You're starting to recall something happening to the sword during all of this. Where is the answer? The sword is called the Fragorak, sometimes known as the Whisperer, the Answerer, and the Retaliator. One is the Stone of Retaliation, another is the Stone of Whispers. The last is the Stone of Answering. You remember the sword had powers, and it was gifted to you by your father when you became a captain in the Patreon Guard. a great honor bestowed upon you. You know this sword harkened back to the age when your grandfather Darion and your grandmother were struggling against unfathomable evil things to try to get here. That the sword came from some world far away, a world that was simply explained that you would never be able to get there. So we don't need to delve into it. Your grandfather was a paladin. He allied himself with, well, the gods and goodly people of not only Grand Station, but pearls that are out there that are beyond the reach of this kingdom. He and his followers fought some insane wizard called the Necromancer. And all of the minions of the Necromancer that sometimes just took up the name to inspire fear into those that came before. The Necromancer, your grandfather, would periodically go on crusades against these minions. And in one of the crusades, he left and never returned from. That time, however, he didn't bring his sword. He left his sword with your father, who then used it to fight much, much more minor problems, very local concerns. But when you became a rising star, the spitting image of your grandfather in the Patreon Guard, he bestowed upon you this sword. A sword that you always felt you didn't earn. Paladins in your mind from the old storybooks were supposed to go out and quest to find these swords. They weren't supposed to be inherited. Something happened to Fragorak in this room. Something that would be your shame. Okay, there's combat going on. So while this scene is unfolding, you guys are fighting these screaming Arigne that, despite all the anger and motion and commotion, it doesn't seem to be interrupting the scene that is playing before you. I'm just going to add scene to the initiative scene, to the initiative list. Scene got a 0, got a 1 on its roll. It will go last.
Okay.
Okay, that was the professor forcing everyone into the dream realm, but the Arignes were strong, just strong enough to also arrive. There's a hushed conversation between Neolandus and Darian. And Darian, you remember Neolandus remarking that there's a cruel edge to the guards nowadays.
Okay.
It's like they kept some, but they kept some that, had they joined the guard and actually survived the interviews, would be on eternal latrine duty.
Okay.
An unruly lot, a lot that is out for themselves, a lot that would be the type that would just follow orders. Professor Neolandus. Neolandus, he is closest to Thurgus because he's riding Thurgus's head, and he says, "Watch and learn, and try not to despair." The talking helmet is really loud in your ears. He doesn't do anything else this round, though. Pharisee.
Don't worry, I'll never despair. I'm very, very good against fear.
I think
There's a mental
will
nod
draw-
from the helmet. Like, it appreciates that about you. He doesn't know you,
Yeah.
but he's like, yeah, okay. These. It's almost like there's a thought that he projects. These may be the heroes I was hoping.
Oh boy, is he mistaken.
He's always been looking for someone foolhardy.
He's a bunch of jerks.
He may not know you guys too well.
a wall of blindness there,
Oh,
Okay.
And
Can they see through the wall?
it's translucent.
Okay.
I don't think you know what blindness means.
No,
Marty.
yes. They potentially become blind should they pass through it. Some walls are opaque, some are transparent. So.
I'm just fucking with you.
And I'll kick off a round of Bard Song.
Okay. Is there an SR check to the wall?
There is.
Could you roll a single roll, please? And you're trying to beat 19.
I did not. 18.
Let's see. Matt does have one fortune point.
If a fortune point can apply to that, I'll apply it.
Yeah, it's a D20 roll, so
That's true. Let's do it.
You break SR and you put a little extra oomph into your dream spell, which is actually you lying in a room casting spells and they're going somewhere.
Yep. Excellent.
So that was Pharisee. What was the second action? Sorry?
Oh, start Bard Song.
Bard Song. Okay. So there is fluting. Even the fluting noise doesn't distract the scene that is going on here. It's a shared memory between Neolandus and Darian, as they're both perhaps trying to recall what it is that they saw and impart the knowledge of the horrors that they've seen. Zephyros.
Zephyros is going to cast glitter.
You muted yourself, but glitter dust on that one fiend. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm sorry.
Glitter dust does not have SR, so I need your will DC, as that one Araignée devil becomes very glittery.
Okay, so the DC is going to be 18 plus spell level, which in this case is 2, plus 2 for evocation spells. That makes it.
It's
22.
not an evocation. Glitter dust, I believe, is conjuration.
Is it conjuration? Oh, you're right. Okay, so plus 20. So
20.
DC is 20.
Okay, she makes the save, but she's not turning invisible. She's just very glittery and will have a hard time hiding. You've got one other action. You can reach her from here.
Okay, so she did not. She made her will save, so she's not blinded.
Correct.
Shit, that was what I was after. Okay. Zephyros is going to spell
Okay, you're going to do a recall spell.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the 3-action module. I've cast a standard, so I have a move or something left. Yeah, I'm just going to do a spell recall for Glitter Dust.
Okay. Darian doesn't. At first, you don't succeed. Spell recall and try again. All right. Darian, whose initiative is maxed out by his level.
Yes.
Okay. That is a horrible oracle curse.
It's pretty hard.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
All right, it's your turn, bud.
It's a lot worse at first level.
Yep.
All right.
Dreamtime Darian, the righteous mighted turtle. Rounds per level. There was some standing around, so I think
it's minutes per level.
Minutes per level for righteous might. Oh, amazing.
I'll double check that, but I'm 90%. It's worth looking up.
It's rounds per level.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so by this point, you're immediately. Yeah.
Oh,
We've got injured people in the party now?
Dreamtime Zephyros is leaking, and Henry's got a little bit of leakage as well.
All right.
It's just like their wounds are kind of like breaks in their form and are kind of like leaching into the world.
He's going to. You know what? He's going to channel positive energy.
Okay. Calling upon Halcyon, the husband of Bai Shi Pei.
27.
And you exclude the Araignée.
Yes. And he looks at them. I'm trying to pay attention, you cranky winged skanks.
All right, so young Henry, you get 27 healing, and Zephyrus gets 27 healing. As the turtle heals.
Oh, weren't you a good deal taller a second ago?
Arthasoon is still kind of stuck beak first into the ground. It's like the dream realm, like the stone kind of warped downwards, and he's like as taut as an arrow, kind of stuck in the ground. He spends the round extricating himself from the ground, shaking his head and having a look around. He goes defensive when he sees the ladies.
As his last action.
This is Darion. Okay. Drawing the big wooden sword. Thurgus. Oh, sorry, the scene.
Thurgus is...
The scene.
Oh, okay.
Knight Commander of the Patrian Guard. Queen Iliosa basically summons her own guard, and you can see that some very eager sergeants do come forward. These are not even officers. To levy their maces at the back of the heads of the Patrian guards. There is a single ghastly knight that wanders into the room. He is dragging something behind him which is sparking along the ground, but there is no weapon that is visible. It is time to put away old things. King Ealdred was a fool, and he liked old things. The old ways serve no more purpose for this crown, for this queendom, for this queen. Execute them, she says. Queen Iliosa! You will stop this madness immediately! You can see the Knight Commander of the Patrian Guard. He was more of a... He grew up as a messenger. You know that he rode some, like, flying mounts. He was never, like, heavy armor knight in heavy armor, but his heart was always true. You felt no evil from his commands, and genuinely loved the sovereignty and their jobs, the people of and basically the subjects of Grand Station. The Knight Commander's hand trembles a little bit. You notice the Queen's smirk turns into a very solid and solemn face, like she almost beckons him to do it, daring him, if you will. What was Darion's reaction to your commander training a crossbow on the Sovereign? Neolandus,
based on the orders?
Yeah, Neolandus wanted to let it play out. Like he tried to quietly stop you from interfering.
Darion runs and tries to get in between them. He looks at the Knight Commander. Please, sir, lower your weapon. There has to be a reason for this. Your Majesty, there has to be another solution, please.
She smiles at you, Darion, almost looking right through you. You can add his corpse to the pile. And she's talking about the Knight Commander. There will be no more use There'll be no more need for your services, Knight Commander. Get out of the way, Darion! It's a death bolt! And then walking over is a knight that you've never met. He stopped dragging his invisible weapon upon the ground. You tell he's got it. It's a hafted weapon, although you can't see what it is.
Darion draws the answer.
Okay, Darion starts to draw the answer when, ducking to the side, the Knight Commander is about to fire, and then that's the end of this round scene. Thurgus, what are you doing in the room?
Thurgus is pretty tapped. He is just going to.
You gotta earn your 11th level somehow.
He's going to take one move action and 2 swings.
Okay. This tired-looking devil lady.
Very well. She's not as tired as Thurgus is.
All glittering. Thurgus comes in.
You're about to die.
1d20, not an S20. Maybe that'll work. First one's a 20. Which I'm assuming this is.
Yeah, dirty 20. Yeah, she brings up like the.
Then the next one is a 27.
Okay, she brought up initially the her bow and blocked it with the handguard of the bow, but you swiped underneath her bow grip, and her AC is 23.
For 14 points of damage.
Can you describe your weapon right now?
It is currently. It's been more than a minute. It's a +1 greatsword, adamantine greatsword.
Okay. She's got some sort of DR.
It is
5.
Yeah,
You do
slashing.
9 damage. Okay, so that was a move, a slash, and a slash.
Yep.
The 3 Furies. All right, she is going to drop her bow, draw her longsword, which then lights a flame, and she's going to swing it at a Thurgus. At a Dreamtime Thurgus. AC 22 is likely a miss.
Misses.
As you parry with your sword and flames gouting all around your head, you do not get singed. These 2 Furies don't understand what this wall is and what happens to them when they plunge through it.
They will go blind unless they make a DC 22 fort save.
They're both blind.
Awesome.
Sucks to be them.
Permanently.
Yeah.
Now they're just swiping madly. They knew where Pharisee was. They knew where Henry was, so they moved, and then they swing twice. So we'll do Henry first. AC 22.
That would hit.
And actually hit. A wild swing from the blade for 10 damage. Oh, sorry, one of that's fire, 9 damage. And then she swings again, AC 18.
That is my AC. I don't know that anything's.
All right,
happened
and
there.
somehow they're flipping coins and getting you. So that one strikes twice for another 11 damage. That's 21 damage in the professor. And then
does the 11 have fire in it?
I already took it out.
Okay. 21.
And then the second Fury is attacking Pharisee. They're screeching in anger. AC 26.
Yep.
Sorry, 27.
Yeah.
And AC. Oh, sorry. I figured out their attack bonus wrong on their second attack. It's AC 17, so you can give yourself
11.
11 hit points back. Yeah, they only hit you once. And then, so AC 27 and AC 24.
Both would hit.
Okay. 2d8 plus 12. Do you have fire resist?
Yeah, I'm part of the communal energy resistance, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Did they
Oh,
make
sorry.
it through the blindness?
2d2. Nope. The invisibility or their blindness caused them to miss you twice.
Nice. There we go.
Briefly, Hex turns upside down, and then Happy just flies in her face and then comes back. They're completely blind. They don't know. The Fury in the corner missed. All right, so that was the Furies. Professor, you get your retort.
I'll turn to Darion and go, is this what we were meant to see? Is this the final dream?
This is it.
Oh, splendid. Well, oh, good. Glad we're finally here. I will start walking forward to observe this.
Okay, so
Darren's like, oh, the thing.
Neolandus doesn't notice you, but you are observing rather closely.
Yeah. So I normally, what is normal movement? Is what 30 is base speed for a human? Yeah. So I could double move. I want to really see the action.
Are you hasted still?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I'll just double move in, right?
Okay,
I want to see what happens.
You're getting a front row seat. Neolandus is going to flap to aid Darion's AC. Now, I think he's flapped to aid Pharisee's AC. She's the one that's being attacked right now. So, when he does so, you get a +2 to your AC in the next attack. Could be the next round. I forget. Mark, you're the aider.
It's the next attack.
Okay. Pharisee.
I like the professor's plan here. I'm gonna move up a bit. I'll keep that bard song going.
We'll let the warriors war.
Yeah, we're gonna move. Well, we'll fly. Yeah, I can fly. I'll just go to here, and I'll take the third Fury, and Hex it saves. Evil Eye saves. Oh, you're not doing so well, are you?
It's
That's a
all of it saves?
3.
Fails?
Yeah. So it'll be at a -4 on saves.
That's awful.
For like 6 rounds.
For say the rest of its life.
8 rounds. Yeah.
Zephyrus.
Sorry, I'm trying to calculate my side's attack here. Normally I'm +14.
Yep.
But in this realm, my int is actually my strength.
So what's the difference?
So I had a +7 strength. Currently, my int is +8. So I could probably just +1 my attack here.
Yep.
All right. So I am.
Give me a second. We notice an error on your character sheet. You don't have to do this now.
Yep.
But an int 28 is a +9 modifier, not a +8 modifier.
Yep. But
so
to be fair,
there's a bunch of cascading throughout your sheet that you need to do.
Yep.
Also, Luke, I just looking through some of the characters. I noticed you've got +10 as a skill bonus down instead of the +11 you have.
For the int stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I missed that one when I got more int.
Nice.
Yep. So for the moment, I'll keep playing with the +8 instead of the +9 as well.
Okay. Yeah, it also impacts your DCs.
Yep. But we'll keep it the way it is right now. Otherwise, it's going to be completely off. So I'm just going to +1 to my attack. So my attack would normally be. Oh, I scrolled past it right now. I'm sorry. I tried to be efficient here. So it would normally be +14 for the attack. So it's going to be +18.
Which one are you attacking?
hopefully it doesn't mute me again when I do this. I'm going to try and show you that one.
Okay, the one in the corner. Okay.
The one in the corner.
Your size coming down in Dream Realm. Zephyrus is one size category bigger, but your blade still just does large damage. It just means you can reach things because you're a big ass elephant.
So it's a D20 plus, instead of 14, 15. 19
total.
Yeah.
No, she ducks.
Zephyrus just thinks to himself that this is not his day for doing anything fancy because his rolls aren't working and all these bubbles are just coming out of his head again.
So you took a single attack this round. Is that what happened?
Yeah, took a single attack this round, and then through the telepathic bond, he asks everybody else, "Are we supposed to prevent what's happening in here?"
I think it's already happened. I think we can just observe. You can try now.
Enjoy the show.
In which case,
aside from these three creatures that are trying to kill you,
I could do another attack, right?
You have a standard action left. You could cast a spell. You could do 2 more attacks.
I'm gonna try another attack, and this one is going to be at. Is it going to be at a penalty?
A -5.
-5.
-5. So,
if you have any Magus points left, you could do your.
Yeah.
Do you have a true strike for
Arcane
today?
accuracy?
Yeah, your arcane accuracy.
Actually, I have a true strike. You're right. I think what I can
combat, true strike, and swing.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I can do that. Spell combat.
Your scythe in the Dream Realm turns into 50 scythes that all come down to try to do damage.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
It's like Trinity from the Matrix. Dodge this.
Yeah, exactly. So you're at a +10 to attack, but with a +20 on top of it.
Don't roll a 1, right?
Pretty much.
It's not a 1.
Okay, yeah, you hit the Arinias.
Okay, so I mean, damage isn't going to exactly be great, but it'll be something. For some reason, I can't figure out where I am in my sheet again.
2d6 plus 19.
2d6 plus 19 sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Plus a d6 negative energy.
Yes.
So 3d6 plus 19.
Yeah.
What's going on? Sometimes my keyboards don't work. 27.
Okay, it gets reduced to 22 because it has a little bit of DR, but it's injured now just as much as their 2 sisters are.
Okay, and the third one, I'm guessing I can't do it. I had 2 moves left, so I could have done another attack, I'm guessing.
Give me a second.
No, I did spell combat, so. I haven't physically attacked in a really long time.
I did one tonight too, buddy.
I don't know if you physically attacked since we moved to the 3-action system.
I don't think I have. No.
Yeah, give me a second. So, that power for Magus is. I think is amazingly enough 1 action. So you still have a 3rd action.
So I could probably do that again, and this
No,
time
you can only do that once per round.
Ah, got it. So I can.
You don't have enough for anything aside from a quicken spell.
Okay.
You could do
Or
attack at a -10, or take a movement, or a step, or
a swift.
Or you could do some of the swifts. Yes.
So I can do a spell recall.
Yep.
So I'll do a recall true strike.
Okay. Darion.
All right.
That was a good turn.
Darion is going to cast Divine Power.
Okay.
He's going to use his bond to give his sword the holy quality.
All right.
And then he's going to step.
The wooden sword turns like
5, 8. Alright, so first attack.
You're gonna smote these things?
AC 31.
Hits.
I'm assuming they take fully damage.
Yeah, you're also bypassing their damage reduction now.
Plus no sprint bonus, but plus 4 weapon with parts on. 22 damage.
Okay, on the one with the penalty to saves or the other one?
The one that attacked the professor. Yeah, that one actually hits. And second attack, AC 25.
Hits.
27 damage.
70, 84. She is in not quite single digits, but she's very, very hurt. You're attacking the one that has the saving throw bonus and is very injured at this point. Okay, that was Darion. Arthasoon is going to defensively aid Darion's next attack. He does so, and then he steps to guard Pharisee. Thurgus. Oh, sorry, the scenes. All right. The next part of the scene, which you guys all have a good view for, you do see the Imp of Thrones, which is a cross between a Quasit and an imp crawling around on the back of the throne, very excited at what's going on. I'm not sure if we lost Matt. Looks like Matt's recovering connection. We have a Matt.
He's lost in thought there.
Yeah, maybe we want to pause for a moment while we'll try to get Matt back.
While we wait for Matt, I have a funny work story, and I won't say company name or anything like that. But we work with a gentleman named Brad, and my one colleague consistently spells Brad wrong for some reason. It always comes out Bard. Every time.
Brad sunk.
So while we're playing, I've gotten a couple of work emails addressed to, "Hi, Bard."
That's infuriating. Speaking of spelling people's name wrong, Mark, is it with a Q, or are you just being cheeky in your screen names?
Yes, pretty much.
I was gonna say, am I spelling his name wrong in here?
Mark, what?
This may come to shock to you. My last name's not actually awesome.
Whoa, really?
I thought that was just a title bestowed upon you by the Canadian government.
No, it's the description of his mug.
Yeah. The chalice. Connecting user offline. It looks like maybe he's trying to
Should
come back.
reboot, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to end the recording here just while we take a quick bathroom break or something. And then
I just need to also say I have a very early meeting tomorrow morning, so I can't go on for too much longer tonight.
Okay, I want to at least end the scene.
Yeah, we're so close, right?
These Aranyas are pretty much toast. They're not doing enough damage to you guys, and you're taking them down. Okay,
Yeah,
let me stop the recording. I do need to take a quick bathroom break, though.